In the entirety of Breath of the Wild, Zelda is willingly held captive by Calamity Ganon in order to keep him at bay at Hyrule Castle until Link can arrive after recovering in the Shrine of Resurrection in order to face and defeat him. Once you best Calamity Ganon and then Dark Beast Ganon, Zelda is released and helps put the finishing touches on sealing Ganon away for that battle's victory in time. However, one question that arises is, how did Zelda retain her youthful appearance despite being, like Link, over 100 years old, 117 to be exact? Well, the answer is quite simple, my Zelda fanatics. It boils down to something we've seen before in a Zelda game that pushes the link between these two specific titles even more, and that is Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword. In Skyward Sword, an extremely similar situation occurs where Zelda, being the physical reincarnation of the goddess Hylia, decided to use her power to seal herself in the past, just as Demise was imprisoned to act as a lock to keep him from rising up until a way to eradicate him was put into motion. She stayed sealed for thousands of years until Link eradicated Demise in the current time of Skyward Sword using the Triforce, as Zelda awakened from her seal, looking as young as she did when she began the seal despite being thousands of years old at that point. So it would seem when a Zelda would use her power to seal or to keep a great evil at bay by using herself as a lock, they enter a state of suspended animation in which time does not affect them physically. However, when comparing these two instances of sealing, Zelda in Breath of the Wild kept her locked for a far less amount of time when compared to Zelda in Skyward Sword, but this could be attributed for a couple of factors, which would be 1, the fact that Zelda in Breath of the Wild is a far more recent incarnation of Zelda, and according to Zelda lore found in Hyrule Historia, it is indeed possible for Hylia's bloodline to dwindle and thereby wane as a result. Even Zelda expresses a thought of this in the true ending of Breath of the Wild. And 2, the fact that Zelda's case in Breath of the Wild, she was completely awake and sentient during her seal, and she would have full awareness and even communicate with Link in the game, whereas Zelda in Skyward Sword was put into a slumber when using her sealing power. So, we can theorize that Zelda's task in Skyward Sword had much more power and longevity put into it due to her sleep, so all of her energy was put into focus, therefore yielding longer results. When in the case of Zelda in Breath of the Wild, her awareness and multitasking when trying to keep Ganon sealed put a strain on her power, and her ability to keep him sealed suffered greatly due to that. In any case, I feel this also pertains to a common theme between the everlasting bind of the three, which would be Link, Zelda, and Ganon, and by that I mean that all three suffered a fate of being in a state of suspended animation in Breath of the Wild, remaining ageless for a time of 100 years, before all three would awaken again to converge in the final battle for that era's fate of Hyrule. But that's the sense I would get when I would try to explain why Zelda didn't age in Breath of the Wild. Let me know what you guys think about this theory in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to HMK for more Zelda videos. Until the next one, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.